Hi everybody, welcome to the Pagan Perspective. My name is Angel and I'm your Friday host, and today we're going to be talking about source of the gods. Okay, so the question comes from Janel, and Janel did put a link to her a video she did on her belief system at the bottom of the question. When I went to it, it was no longer posted, but I did find another video of hers which explained why it wasn't posted. And basically, she figured out some things about her question, and she kind of wanted to update the video about it. So I'm going to read the original question and answer it with just the original question, because if you haven't watched the video, it might not make sense. I would be really interested in addressing the concept of God as an energetic force, and if this idea would be able to fit into paganism. I'm not quite sure if my belief system has pagan aspects in excuse me, about it, and would very much love your opinions so that I can finally put it to rest. Yes, I definitely think that your belief system has very pagan-esque, very definite pagan aspects to it. A lot of times people say if it's non-Abrahamic, it's under the pagan umbrella. There are some Christian Wiccans or Christo witches. Lots of different ways to term that depending on what your beliefs are. And so that that's sort of a gray area for me, because I don't really know a lot about that. But in general, if your beliefs are outside that realm, then yes, they're pagan. Very much pagan. Which I hope is good news for you. At least that's my opinion. As far as the gods being part of an energetic force, some people, I know people that do not like to group the gods together. They like them to be very separate, very individual. Each god is very different, and they're their own, they're maybe part of a pantheon, but that's as far as it goes. They're not part of the all or a source or force or anything like that. And I know other people who believe in a source energy, and that the gods are basically characteristics of it, like Aphrodite would be a characteristic of love, and so forth. I don't see how they can't be both. And this might be the migraine talking, but the only way I can really visualize it in my head is a cob of corn, which sounds really weird. Bear with me. If you took corn off the cob, each individual corn could be by itself and be just fine and no problem. Or it can be on the cob and be one whole unit. So I think that, for instance, my goddess is Isis, and for me, Isis is very much an individual who is constantly with me, constantly, almost like a mother figure, but she's more than that. However, I also believe she's a part of a bigger picture, and the truth is, we don't really know. Nobody really knows. I mean, people could say, I have faith, or I believe, but the fact of the matter is nobody really knows. So I think the best thing to do, which I always say in my videos is the best thing to do, is just go with what feels right, what your heart tells you. It doesn't matter what anybody says, If you pick up a rock and that's your god and you want to call it the rock god, sounds very video game-ish, but if that is how you know, if that's your spirituality, then I think that's perfectly fine, you know, however you connect to deity. So I think they can be both, in my opinion. There are people out there, like I said, people I know, who they're very separate, you know, not related in any way, shape, or form, except maybe by pantheon. But Isis has nothing to do with Aphrodite, in their opinion. And I have other friends that think that the gods are just little ways to connect to energy source, little pathways. Excuse me. I have no water in here. Good job. And I don't really think any of it's wrong, you know. So yeah, that's my idea on it, is that the gods are individuals, but they're individuals that can come together, that do come together and are part of a bigger picture. So I hope that helped, and I'm sorry if I did ramble. Like I said, I'm fighting a migraine. It's not going away. And but I really wanted to do this video because I thought it was a really interesting question, because I know when I first started on this path, I really struggled with the idea of the gods. I grew up in a very, well, the world, is, I mean, it's a little less now, but mostly just very Christian driven. And I joined a church when I was 15 by myself, and Christianity's just always been around me. It was never really forced on me by my family, but it was always around me. And so having a connection with a male god was the only thing I knew. So, and one god, you know, and so opening up my world to goddesses and multiple gods was kind of overwhelming. So it took me a long time to figure out and what I believed. And even now, sometimes I question when things come up, you know, everything. And so maybe what I believe today about the gods will be different tomorrow or in a week. And the cool thing is, that's fine, because we're always evolving, and what we believe is evolving. So what you believe right now about your path might change, and if it does, that's okay. Just like everything else in life, we're always changing. But I think that is a pretty awesome thing. Change is pretty awesome. So anyways, that's my spiel, and I hope it helped and was informative. If you have any questions, please leave the comments below. I love to hear from you guys. You guys are always really, really, really respectful, really, really nice people, and I'm very blessed to have the ability to speak to you. So thank you so much, and have a blessed day, and until next time, bye.